is Marcus Corval with Studio MMA and MMA Nut, and we're here at the W Hotel in Los Angeles, where the UFC is just about to do a press conference with Cain Velasquez and Junior Dos Santos, who will be fighting on November 12th. Historic moment is the same date as the very first UFC was ever held 18 years ago, and also it's the first time the UFC has put on an event in conjunction with Fox, which will be on November 12th, and it's going to be a big one. These guys can bang, these guys can punch hard, and stay tuned to find out what these guys got to say. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming today. We appreciate it. I think you know how excited we are too. It's been a long time. We've been working hard on this sport for 10 years, and to finally be on not only network television, but the biggest and the baddest network in the country, Fox. We are very proud and very happy, and very happy to be giving, for the first time ever on network TV, the UFC Heavyweight Championship. And obviously you want to go with your best foot forward, and everybody loves the heavyweights, but to really go out for the first time on Fox and deliver millions of people who have never seen this sport before, you know, to go out with this fight right here. I can guarantee you, if this fight goes 30 seconds or 30 minutes, this is gonna be a fight right here. Me and Joe Rogan were on the phone last night going crazy talking about this fight. And both of these guys always come to fight. The UFC heavyweight champion, Cain Velasquez, is the Terminator. This guy does not stop. He keeps moving forward and will not stop till he finishes you. Junior Dos Santos always comes to bang. He defends that takedown and is always looking for the knockout. The crowd is split here today. So we know that we're coming out with the biggest, baddest fight we could possibly bring to you on the biggest, baddest network in America. I'm going to open it up for the first questions. Just so you know, President of Fox, Eric Shanks, is up here too. If you have any questions for him, he's here to answer some questions too. Who's first? Who's got the first question? Not you guys. Wait a minute. Let the media ask first. I'll get to you guys.
Junior?
Who's first?
Steven Morocco from MMA Junkie. How do you feel about this reception? Is this something you're getting used to, or is it still quite a shock?
I feel great, you know. It's good to receive good energy from the guys, and doesn't matter the people, you know, are rooting for me or not. It doesn't matter, you know. It matters what they are here cheering for the fight, for MMA.
What are some of the lessons that you took from the last fight? That was a fight where you hurt Carwin early and then you sort of backed off as the fight went on. Is there lessons that you learned from that fight and maybe stuff that you're taking into this fight, which is obviously a 5-round fight?
Yeah, for sure. My last fight gave me a lot, very good experience, for sure, you know. And I fought, my last 2 fights I fought 3 rounds. That was a good experience for now, you know. I'm gonna be fighting 5 rounds. And yeah, I'm feeling great, in great shape, you know. So everything comes to make me strong for this fight now.
Who's next?
Right over here. Dana?
Yep.
Eric Fontanez from MMAweekly.com. Can you just go over the process or the filtering process of choosing Cain and JDS as the main event for the first UFC on Fox, man?
Well, it's like I said, you know, we wanted to step out with our best foot forward, and the heavyweights are always intriguing. People are always interested in the big boys, but I wanted to go with a fight that I knew, that if I had to bet anything and had to bet everything, that I knew would be a great fight. And I know that these two are going to bring a great fight on November 12th. I know it. I know it. There's no doubt in my mind.
Thank you for that. And Cain, over here. Obviously, you've been out for a long time. Can you just talk about the recovery and how you're feeling now going into your first title defense?
Yeah, the recovery's been good. My body feels good. You know, doing 3-day practices now, and I feel ready. You know, it sucked, you know, to be injured for that long, but only thing I could do is, you know, just listen to the doctor and just know that the sooner I'm back, I mean, that's all I want to do is just fight, in the octagon.
Thank you. And one more for... I'll wait.
Go ahead.
Thank you. JDS.
It's going to be a long press conference. Go ahead.
JDS, can you just kind of talk about how excited you are to finally get to this point, fight for a heavyweight title?
All right, come on, give us a minute here. We got to do a press conference. Calm down, psychos.
Okay, JDS, one more time. If you could just talk about how it feels to finally get to the point where you're fighting for the heavyweight title, and how excited are you for it to be on broadcast television on Fox?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to be fighting for the title. To be fighting against like Cain Velasquez, because like a undefeated guy and a great champion. And for sure, more excited to be on free TV for all the guys, to watching me. And it's for sure motivate me to bring my best to inside the octagon.
This question is for Cain, Troy Santiago, Fox Deportes. Cain, over here. Cain, todo el mundo piensa que eres demasiado pequeño para la división, pero también te comparas mucho con Mike Tyson, que en un momento era también muy pequeño y dominó por completo a los pesos completos. ¿Tú crees que la pelea contra Junior, el tamaño va a importar o simplemente va a ser una cuestión que no va a definir el combate?
No me importa porque ahorita yo pienso que yo y los Santos estamos iguales de peso casi y sí, pues todo. Pues yo tengo mucha experiencia ya entrenando y peleando con personas más grandes, pero así no es, tú sabes, yo me metí en ese deporte para pelear de peso completos y ya estoy en esta posición, pues tengo que pelear con hombres más grandes, pero yo y los Santos somos casi iguales de medida y todo eso, y tengo mucha confianza que la pelea va a estar bien.
Junior,
gracias.
I wasn't ready for that one. Next time we'll make sure that gets translated. I apologize.
That's cool. Junior, your last two fights, you go into decision. So do you are worried about going to the distance again with Cain, or you planning to finish him?
Well, I love to fight standing, but I will be prepared for sure to be fighting on the ground, or it doesn't matter where the fight goes. And I'm training everything now. I'm learning wrestling very fast. So I know Cain Velasquez is a really good wrestler. He probably gonna take me down. But if he do this, I will be ready for use my BJJ.
Thank you.
Bueno, yeah, go ahead.
Mi pregunta es para Cain. 31.6 Verea Visión. ¿Cómo te estás preparando para esta pelea contra Junior dos Santos? Y si crees que este es tu prueba de fuego contra Junior dos Santos.
Wait a minute. What'd you say? Translate that before he answers.
How are you preparing yourself for this fight? And do you think he's the ultimate challenger for you?
Pues ahorita pues nomás estoy mirando videos, tengo pues mi equipo ahí y estoy entrenando muy duro como en las otras peleas, es igual, pero sí, yo pienso que Dos Santos pues como nunca he perdido en la UFC, es un gran peleador también, tiene muy buen el boxeo, va a ser un pelea muy difícil, pero yo pienso que sí lo puede hacer. For this fight, I've been, watching videos, having, just my whole team behind me, just doing the same, workouts that we do, just always try to improve. And then, I do think this is definitely my toughest task. Dos Santos is a great fighter. He has great hands, great power. I think, great boxing, and he's like really tough out there in his previous fights. And it's definitely gonna be a tough fight.
Y la otra pregunta que te tenía era, Dana White dijo que tanto como duraba como 30 segundos o duraba 30 minutos iba a ser una pelea fuerte. ¿Estás preparado para irte los 5 rounds con él? Dana White said if it could last 30 seconds, 30 minutes, are you ready to go 5 rounds against Junior Dos Santos?
Sí, yo estoy preparado para toda la pelea. Yo sé que yo todo el tiempo pongo en la mente que va a ser una pelea que va a ser una guerra todo el tiempo. Así nada, yo estoy entrenando, yo tengo en la mente así nada. Y pues sí, estoy preparado para todo lo que pasa. Y, as far as the fight, I'm ready to go 5 rounds. I always have it in my head, man, that it's going to be a tough fight, that it's going to be a war out there for 5 rounds. And that's how I have to prepare myself, and that's how I go into every training camp thinking.
This question's for the whole panel. Is there pressure for you guys to produce a fight like the caliber of Bonner and Griffin, kind of that launched the UFC to the next level, and here we are with another opportunity to launch the UFC even bigger?
I'll start off with that one. Like I said when we started this press conference, I made this fight because I would guarantee anything that this is going to be an exciting fight. We can put on all the bells and whistles, and we got a lot of big plans for that night, production-wise. Fox has added a lot that night, production-wise. So all the bells and whistles are going to be there. But every time we go in over the last 10 years, at the end of the day, it's up to these guys. And for the last 10 years, we've become as big as we have, and this thing, continues to grow because these guys always deliver. That's why this is the most exciting combat sport in the world. And believe me, I know it's going to happen that night too. I'll let them answer that on their own.
Definitely, no pressure to go in and perform. I mean, it's what we do. Seeing our mind and Dos Santos' past fights, I mean, we go out there and perform. Definitely no different in this fight.
Well, I feel no pressure too, That's what I want to do. I love to do it, and I'll be ready for sure to make a good show.
Joe McDonald from FoxSportsWest.com. Dana, you said earlier that everybody has to step up from the staff to the fighters and do it right now because of the magnitude of the deal. Have you noticed, since this has all been announced, you've got this fight going now, has there been a tangible feeling among everybody in the organization that this is really big for you guys?
Yeah, every time we get to one of these, new levels, for instance, the Toronto fight, there were 55,000 people at that show. Everybody wanted to fight in Toronto when it was the first time. Everybody wanted to fight, in all the new exciting things that happen in the sport. All the guys want to be a part of. And then, as far as me and my staff and the crew at Fox, I mean, we've been working hard already. I mean, we've had more meetings with Fox in the short. Our deal does not start with Fox until January. We've had more meetings with Fox than I've ever had meetings ever for television, and I've been in television business for 10 years. And the pressure is on us right now to deliver, meaning us and Fox to put out an event that night, an event like you've never seen before on television when it comes to combat sports. These guys are going to do what they always do. And like I said, these guys have been delivering for 10 years, and that's why we're all sitting up here today. We love you, Dana. Thank you. Love you too, man.
Dana, one more time. Have there been any decisions made as far as the other fights are concerned and where they're going to be played, broadcast, or streamed?
We're still working on that. What we're concerned with right now and what we're really focused on is dialing this Fox show in. We want to get this thing dialed in, get this figured out, and then that's a no-brainer. We'll figure that one out. Whether it's Facebook, they'll be on Fox.com. Wherever we end up doing it, we'll worry about that.
Has Fox.com come up as a possibility for it to be streamed?
When I tell you Fox has been an amazing partner, they're not even our partnership. Deal doesn't start till January. These guys have gone above and beyond what we ever expected. It's been, let me tell you what, the next 7 years are going to be amazing. Amazing. It's going to be amazing for us, amazing for the sport, and amazing for the fans.
And a question for Eric Shanks, if I could. Are there any anticipated numbers as far as ratings are concerned?
We were just talking about the fact that we have to beat 2.5 Men's premiere from last night.
Two and a Half Men did 30 million viewers.
No, look, we're not gonna predict numbers. I will tell you that as of yesterday, the entire fight is sold out from an ad sales perspective. It's sold out like that. From an ad sales perspective, there's still tickets available, I think.
Yeah, ad sales. Tickets didn't go on sale yet. Calm down.
So the response from the ad sales community has been unbelievable, and we think that that is going to carry forward into next season.
This question follows with what Eric was just saying for Eric and Dana, and then also for Kane and JDS. How is the advertiser, the sponsors? You know, are you getting bigger caliber sponsors as fighters? And then as far as the sport goes on Fox, are you getting bigger caliber sponsors?
Yeah, no, that's what he just said. He said the ad sales have been unbelievable for this.
Right.
Yeah.
What sponsors? You know, like who's stepping up that wasn't there before? And then for the fighters, are they getting bigger sponsors? Who's with them now that they didn't
But
have
that's
before?
what's going to happen. That's the evolution of this thing. Obviously, you know, the people who are into MMA, we've lived in this bubble for the last 6 years, and you know, we live in this world of arm bars and chokes, and we know everything about the sport. And you know, when you go to our live event, it feels like it's the biggest thing in the world. But the reality is, there's millions of people out there who've never seen the UFC, don't know anything about the sport. So us getting this Fox deal, you know, it already has taken us to another level. We've gotten more credibility now because we're on Fox with all these big sports leagues. And the fact that these guys are reaching out to these other sponsors and they've had, you know, a great response is big, not only for us, but for the fighters too. This will trickle down to everybody. It's a big deal, and yes, it's been great, and it's only going to get better. But I think, yeah, Eric already answered the question. As far as specific guys, I mean, I don't think he wants to get into specific sponsors.
Big Barry.
Go ahead.
Hi, Tom No from FifthRound.com. My question's for you, Dana. In a perfect world, if you could have it where this fight here, would it be better for you to hit home with a new audience with it being a quick knockout, or would you prefer to go a full 25 so all mixed martial arts could be on display?
I think that whatever happens, it will be exciting. Like I said, whether this fight goes 30 seconds or 30 minutes, anytime you've ever seen either two of these guys fight, they're always exciting. And what's the last Kane fight was actually down in Anaheim, and I don't know how many of you were there for that one. I mean, the electricity in that building that night was insane, and it's going to be on November 12th too. And these two always deliver, and it is what it is. I can't sit here. What I've learned over the last 10 years is reality is better than any script you could ever write. Whatever happens on November 12th is going to be awesome. I guarantee it. These two always deliver.
Have you been to a press conference this boisterous before?
Yeah, I have, but this one's pretty crazy. For the few amount of people that are here, it sounds like there's 10 times as many. Yep.
Josh Gross, ESPN.com. Kane, can you talk about Dave Camarillo? We were sitting here waiting for you guys to come out, and on his promo package, you're saying there's never been a heavyweight in the UFC like Cain Velasquez. Do you agree with that? There's never been a heavyweight like you before in the UFC.
I don't know.
That's the perfect guy. Yeah, there's never been a heavyweight like me ever. But that sounds like Kane. Go ahead, Kane.
I don't know what he means by that, but
I think he means he thinks you're a pretty special fighter. Do you consider yourself special in that way?
No, not special at all. You know, I do what I'm asked of. You know, that's go in and train every day, train hard. You know, and that's pretty much it, man. I just try to leave it all out there when I train and when I fight. So.
For you and Junior, can you just talk about the next week? You have 8 weeks leading up to the fight now. Can you talk about your training schedule and what you're expecting in terms of putting yourself in a position to be ready for the fight? And Junior, if you could answer that as well.
Yeah, right now just 3 days, you know, morning lift, afternoon sparring and jiu-jitsu, and then later on that night, technique stuff. So I plan to put myself through that, you know, for the remainder to the fight, and you know, kind of make adjustments as we go on.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, your training schedule. You have 8 weeks to prepare. Can you just talk about what you're going to do to get ready, and also you're going to spend most of your camp in Brazil? Are you going back home?
Oh yeah, I'm doing my camp in Brazil now. I just came for these promotions, and you know, But I'm getting prepared very well for this fight. You know, I bring a lot. Like the whole Team Nogueira is around me. Big Nog, Little Nog, Anderson Silva. So they are helping me a lot. You know. And I'm feeling great, and I'm in a great shape. And every day I'm feeling like I'm learning more, you know, and getting more skills to be a better fighter.
Hey, Dana.
Yeah.
Clay Guida versus Ben Henderson has been talked about for this card, and if this is a quick fight, is that fight guaranteed to air?
We're still talking about that. We're still trying to, you know, traditionally what we have always done is if we have a fight and it's a 2-hour block or an hour block, we try to fit as many fights as we can. Because this is the big, you know, it's the first time ever on Fox and big major, you know, we're kind of working through the bugs on that one. We're trying to figure out what we might do if, you know, if that fight already that fight will have already had happened. If it goes quick enough, there's time, you know, we might throw another fight in the slot. We don't know yet. We're still working on it.
Is that the co-main event, though, or are you guys still putting...
Yeah, no, that's the co-main event.
Any other fights on the card for the main card?
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you right now. I've been so focused on this fight and the production for this fight that I haven't been involved in that.
Okay, thank you.
I got a question for Eric Shanks. What was the first fight you saw that made you think that the UFC could work on Fox? Like when you said, okay, this is something we're going to do.
You know, it's, I don't remember the first fight, but, you know, I worked at DirecTV for 5 or 6 years, and being in business with these guys there, I can't tell you how many times, whether it's people inside the business or outside, said, you know what, it's a fad. It's going to plateau, and then it's going to go down. And you know what? Between the guys that they put in the octagon and Lorenzo and Dana and Frank themselves, it just never has. I mean, this thing keeps on growing. This is, you know, I think the passion and the heart and the soul of the guys leading it, and then, you know, you just look at the quality of the fighters, not just in the octagon, but the quality of the fighters themselves. It's just a sport that we've wanted to be in business with for a long time now, and the opportunity finally got here, and this is it.
Well said. Who else? Any other questions? No? All right, I'm going to go to the fans. All right, listen, you lunatics. You can't ask me for any tickets. Tickets aren't on sale yet. If you have a question, a serious question, you can ask a serious question. I'll see you on Twitter for tickets. Who's first? Raise your hand. They'll give you a mic. All right. All right, the mic guy's getting back there. Hold on.
Hey, Dana.
Hey, buddy.
This question is towards Cain Velasquez.
Okay.
I had a quick question. Do you think Junior Dos Santos is going to hit harder than Chick Congo?
Just looking at his past fights, I mean, he definitely is one of the hardest hitters out there. So I mean, you know, we're definitely preparing for that not to happen again.
Good question, though. Next
One more question. This question's for Cain. I don't want you to look past Dos Santos, but if you win, can you see yourself fighting Overeem next?
We'll definitely see what happens, but yeah, right now I have all my focus on Dos Santos and this fight on November 12th. So that's where my head's at.
All right, we'll take 2 more fan questions.
Hello, Dana.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, this question's for Cain.
Yeah.
Best pound for pound. Just ask him, is his wrestling skills going to be key against GDS?
Yeah, I think, you know, just I expect to go everywhere in this fight, you know, on the feet, to wrestle, to definitely, you know, be down on the ground for jiu-jitsu. I don't expect this fight to be one, you know, just fought in one style. I see it going, me doing everything. But yeah, I mean, definitely this wrestling has to be key. You know, my boxing has to be sharp. My jiu-jitsu needs to be sharp as well. So everything needs to be well intact for this fight.
One more question.
Hey, Kane, we all know that you're going to have a big wrestling advantage. What are some other things that you think you're going to need to utilize to beat GDS? And also Dana White, can I take a picture with you after?
Yeah, what was the question again? Say it again.
Besides wrestling, what other advantages and things you need to utilize do you think you need to pass GDS?
I think just that night I need to be a well-rounded fighter. You know, I can't just go out there one style. I need to be well-rounded, and I think that helped me to get the victory. Definitely just be well-rounded that night.
All right, great questions, you guys. Thank you very much.
And still